Hi there. This is Claudia Howard, your email marketing expert. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build a dynamic block for the browse abandonment flow to be a one column block instead of the default two column block. I think the one column block looks better. It highlights the image more, and I think the image is more compelling than having the large product title sort of overtaking the the space. So I'm back in Frank Ideas Browse Abandonment Flow. And in this flow, this is the default Klaviyo dynamic block section that has a dynamic table. And of course, we've applied her header and footer and, customized the template, but the dynamic block has been left the same and the button. So I'm going to show you how you can change these. So before you delete the dynamic block, leave it in place because we're going to be copying some of the code from it. But what I want you to do is from the sidebar editor, drag over a new table block. And in this table block, the first thing we're going to do is go to the table settings, and we're going to delete the second column. And then we're going to add a row. So it's a 2-row setting. And then what we're going to do is go to the content section, and we can see that there's now one column with two text blocks, but we're going to highlight the first row, and we're going to click on image here. So what that will do is create an image and in the first row, and the text block will remain as the second row. So now that we've got there, we're going to go back and we're going to highlight the default block, and we're going to go make sure that it's open on the image cell here. And we're going to go here and we're going to see dynamic image code. And what we want to do is just use our mouse to highlight and copy that. And then we're going to go back to the new table, and we're going to click on Browse Image Library. And in the image library, it's giving us a choice of different types of input for an image. And we're going to click Dynamic Image. And then in here, we're just going to paste that code that we copied. And then we're going to save it. And then we want to go here and we want to align it center. And I don't know if we want the image full width. Full width is, maybe going to be too overwhelming. I would start with something like 350 pixels wide. You can, and then we're going to leave the link address because we're going to copy over the dynamic variable for that so that it goes back to the URL that matches the product image. So, but in the alt text, we could say something like, take another look, which is what I use for the button copy. So now let's go back and highlight the default table, and we're going to copy the link address here. Copy that, and then we're going to go back here, and then we're going to put that in the link address. And don't be concerned that the image placeholder is looking like it's left aligned. We have set it for center, and when we preview it, we'll see that it's centered, but there just seems to be something with the preview of the placeholder. It always shows that it's left aligned, whether it's centered or right aligned. So don't worry about that. So now we've set up the image and we've got it linked. And now what we're going to do is configure the second row, which is the text block. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go highlight this column here. That's what's showing over here. So it's the second column in the first row. I don't know why by default they seem to put in an empty row with two blocks here. Um, and then we're just going to copy the event name code. Um, I don't put in the price. I think that I want to leave a little curiosity so that the visitor is maybe going to be more inspired to click through to remind themselves about the price, and it just adds extra noise. Um, so then I've copied that, and I'm going to go back to the new table that I'm creating. I'm going to click on the text block, and then I'm going to paste this code. And it's asking me whether I want the styling to go with it, and I don't. I'm going to go look at the source code, and by default, it uses these what's called div tags, um, which is going to be, it's going to format it the same as your regular paragraph text. And I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to text align it with it in the text editor toolbar to center align. And I may even want to bold it. And actually, come to think of it, I also, let's link this back to the product. So to do that, I'm just going to go back to my image here, and I'm going to grab the link address, the dynamic link address, and I'm going to go back to that event name, and I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to click on the link icon, and then I'm going to paste that there. So now it's linked. So one more thing I want to do is configure the button. So the default button just takes people back to the home page, which again, I feel is kind of useless. So I'm going to take them back to the product page. So this is going to match the, we've got the product image, the product name, and these are linked back to the product page. So we're going to link this button back there too. And then I like using take another look for the copy for the button. I like using a little arrow emoji too. So those are just a few little styling tips. And so now I've got the, I've got the new block set up and the button set up. So now I'm going to preview it and just make sure that everything is set up. So what I can see is this is what the old one looked like. It was, side by side, a small tiny image, the price, kind of a large underlined copy. And then this is what the new one looks like. The image is larger. The title is, the product title is linked, and as well, it's got a button that's linked to the product page. So there you have it. So now what would do is I would go back here and I would just delete this block because I no longer need it for reference. And now I've got I think, a much more interesting and compelling looking browse abandonment page. Great. So good luck. Let me know in the class if you have any questions.